What's going on, guys? It's Greeny here. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, guys, we'll be looking at NFTs. Are they dead or are they going to make a comeback this cycle? As always, please subscribe down below. Smash the like button as well because it helps the channel grow and I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to check out my training group in the description below. Or if you'd like to support the channel further, you can become a YouTube member and get access to these videos before the public does. Here's the video. NFTs, our favorite e-liquid JPEGs, are they going to make a comeback this cycle? We're going to dive deep into that topic in this episode, guys. We're going to take a look at Onchain Analysis. We're going to take a look at Solana NFTs. We're going to take a look at Ordinals, which are your Bitcoin NFTs. And then obviously we're going to touch on Ethereum NFTs as well. And ultimately, we'll talk about maybe whether there will be chances for accumulation periods or potentially pumps that might come out of NFTs in the coming months. But ultimately, guys, let's start off with some on-chain analysis. The worrying sign for me, even though macro is still bearish, is that NFT volume just has remained down for a very long time. So if you just look in the last 24 hours, guys, we're literally in single figures, we're only 1.7 million on Ordinals, 2 million on Solana, and only 3.5 million on Ethereum. Now, ultimately, during the heights of the last bull market, guys, these were in hundreds of millions accumulatively together. And I just don't know what catalyst really does bring them back. So if we do look back for the 30 days, guys, because it is always better to zoom out and double check analytics. If we have a look here, guys, we're down 40% on Ethereum NFTs over the last month. We're down 16% on Solana NFTs, and we're down over 35% on Ordinals, but also, guys, even on-chain gaming NFTs, which are popular on Polygon/Matic, they're also down 45%, and Immutable is actually up for 65%, but only down at $23 million of trading sale volume. Ultimately, guys, I think it would take a lot for NFTs to retain a sustained move for the rest of this cycle. Now, I do think there will be exceptions. Now, everyone loves to trade NFTs because they're just different, right? They have emotional sort of baggage, right? Because of the art, because of the community, because of the founders, okay? They're just such a flex on the Twitter timeline, okay? So essentially, even on Instagram, you see NFTs, guys. You're seeing Badogos, you're seeing Pudgies, you're seeing so many different NFT collections create GIFs, right? So there are a lot of opportunities for NFTs to run. I just don't know if we see a sustained bull run like we saw in 2020 into 2022, guys, with NFTs. Now, ultimately, guys, I still think there are opportunities. You just have to pick them. And honestly, you might have to be super aggressive with your swing trading. So the way that we'll do that, guys, is we'll dive into some of the on-chain specific blockchains that have seen collections really pump over the past couple of weeks, past couple of months. And I think they're probably the ones to keep an eye on going into 2025 and obviously for the end of 2024. Now, obviously, the main one over the past week is DeGods. We've seen it rip crazy amounts of levels up in Solana. If we do change this to the week timeline, we will see that obviously DeGods is up crazy amounts, over 15 Solana. So it's over double in price, guys. The volume is up quite a lot. So Frank, being a high entrepreneur in the space, definitely knows how to go about marketing in the right ways. So DeGods still probably is one of the top picks on Solana for me. Utes being that second collection, I think you probably can, if you can afford, obviously DeGods is the one to probably look to swing trade when you have opportunities. Retardio Cousins, guys, again, it's a meme coin cycle. We're in a meme coin super cycle. Things such as Retardio Cousins on Solana are probably, again, one to watch during a potential dip. And the way that I like to trade meme coins is look for volume, look for bottoms to form when listings start to hit a top. So in other words, people stop listing, volume goes down. That generally is when there is a potential opportunity for a bottom to be formed and a potential pump to be had. Mad Lad still continues to be one of the top collections on Solana as well. And that's one that I did aggressively swing trade earlier in the cycle. I got in at about 80 Solana and traded it up to about 200 Solana. Obviously, it's sitting at around 50. So I do think that this one could trend towards that 100 Sol again later in the cycle. Outside that, guys, you have a lot of other collections here that could potentially run up very aggressively, but do keep an eye on these. SMB are probably, again, one of the most reputable collections on the Solana blockchain, one of the oldest collections on the Solana blockchain. So again, an outside chance for potentially moving up over time. So these are probably the picks that I would be keeping an eye on over the coming sort of months. And ultimately, guys, you've got to remember that some of these platforms like Sniper and Magic Eden and other competitors like even like Blur we've seen on Ethereum, they all have the potential to be dropping a potential token or incentives for you as traders to accumulate points to potentially obviously reward yourself in time. So definitely keep an eye on their socials because you never know, there could be a potential airdrop with these particular platforms. Now obviously we'll come over to ordinals, guys. Those are again, I probably preference trading ordinals and preference trading Solana NFTs over Ethereum NFTs just because there's too many bag holders on Ethereum. Again, it's not the cycle narrative, so I just don't see Ethereum NFTs collectively going up like last cycle. We've seen liquidity split across all these different chains, so the attention economy isn't going to be strictly on Ethereum NFTs. So broaden your perspective, be adaptable, and learn to trade on all these different chains to make money in different ways would be my high suggestion, guys. But I do think, again, it's probably these top collections that I'd keep an eye on in terms of Bitcoin. So obviously this is only on the 1 day, so we are seeing a lot of green across the market, which is great to see. But if you do start to zoom out, there are still some worrying stats. So Pizza Ninjas is a great community. They obviously have done a lot for the rune space as well. So that's a dark horse that I think could push up in time. Obviously Node Monkeys and Bitcoin Puppets are probably one of your most premier collections, but they aren't seeing as much love as your Quantum Cats. So again, they're probably my main picks. Even OMBs is probably not a bad pick as well, guys. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are probably the only collections that are worth my time on the ordinal space. But if again you zoom out, guys, why I still haven't touched it just yet is because I just don't see the narrative changing just yet. And ideally you want to be trading NFTs when the macro is super bullish. And right now Bitcoin is still fighting some accumulation levels, right? We could potentially go down to $40,000 rather than pushing up towards 70,000. So for me, NFTs probably have more still to go down before potentially finding a bottom. But I do think that people love to use their profits to glorify their positions, right? So they'll be buying Node Monkeys. They'll likely be buying some Puppets and Quantum Cats and some Pizza Ninjas as well. And I think that these could sustain a bit of a run moving forward. It's just so hard to time the actual bottom, guys. But definitely keep an eye on those 5 collections on Bitcoin. Probably the only ones that I've really kept an eye on so far. And ultimately, guys, if we come over to Ethereum, okay, again, Blur has really killed NFTs in terms of their airdrop and in terms of Blast. Like that has just been an absolute failure. Pac-Man packing up his boots, moving Blast over to the Solana. So many factors just over the past 3 to 4 years have really just led Ethereum NFTs into the dirt. However, we do see a bit of support shown by some of these top collections. Again, Milady probably screams value in terms of the meme sort of play if in this meme coin super cycle. If you do think NFTs have a run again, Milady's one I keep an eye on. Obviously, Pudgies remain probably the most prominent choice for me on Ethereum with their potential airdrops coming up. But more than that, obviously, they have in real life businesses that are dominating. They have their gift space. So for me, Pudgies or Miladies are likely the 2 choices, or obviously their smaller collections. So Little Pudgies or Emilios, which are down here for Miladies. They're probably the only collections to keep an eye on. Alternatively, guys, if you are someone that loves IP, you can't go wrong with something like Doodles. Now, obviously, we've seen, look at this. Volume has gone absolutely off the tables. There's literally only 10 sales across the last sort of month or so, which is just crazy. But essentially, Doodles remain probably one of the top IP plays in NFTs, which is a potential in the future for an NFT adoption and sustained maybe volume. Something like Mutants and Bored Ape Yacht Club, I just don't see the significance. They rewarded their holders last cycle. A lot of people are bag hurt from that. But again, you've got to be adaptable. And for me, I think you want to be chasing these new trends. So Miladies and Pudgy Penguins on Ethereum as the potential plays on ETH NFTs. Now, lastly, the reason for NFTs not seeing as much liquidity, as much love, as much volume, and as much users trading them, guys, is obviously because of meme coins. If you look here, since March this year, literally it's been all meme coins. And now I'm seeing a lot of people start to get over meme coins. They're either getting saturated or they're getting bored with the meme coin plays. So for me, that starts to scream opportunities elsewhere in the market, right? So that's why I'm out here right now discussing maybe some potential NFT plays. But keep an eye on pump.fun statistics. Keep an eye on the sentiment around meme coins, because if that really does start to waver and potentially less meme coins are being created and less people want to trade meme coins, then likely people might start to return to different NFTs. Comment down below, guys, what NFTs do you have your eyes on for the next couple of months or even into 2025? I'd love to hear it. Cheers. So there you have it, guys. Are NFTs dead? My answers are in that video. Please subscribe down below. Smash the like button as well, guys, because it helps the channel grow and I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to check out my trading group in the description below. And obviously, if you'd like to support the channel further, you can become a YouTube member and get access to these videos before the public does. As always, guys, take care and I'll see you in the next one.